I create an empire, make it rise from the ground, and start with a bit of sand. Grain of sand, then I make 10 out of that. Then I make 100, then I make 1,000, man. And then I got an entire beach in front of me. And then I create planets just in my mind, you see. Then I take it out of my mind, and then I just transform it into a physical reality. Create, and I am like, yo, can I even contemplate? No, I do not like to procrastinate. Get straight to the point as I get up, trying to get to that where I am trying to be at. But do not let desire confuse you, for you can see it will blind the right decision if you let it. The priority that we ought to give to the what satisfies the mind. Now that is not good, I must not find a balance in the mind. That what I need is that now to see. You want a bit of this, but you can't have if you were to put in the word. Yeah. I say that to everybody that I see, cause they are so frustrated just by me. Just me being just as I am in my own world, and I cannot comprehend. I don't even bother it, nobody though, but everybody is be having these expectations, you know, in public. And I just like, look at you, do you think that you are alright? Like, I'm just here, I'm just up in my space, I'm just cruising down Caterpillar Avenue, smoking on a spliff, doing some push-ups, me all on the ups, this is what the fuck is up. I'm just chilling in the swamps these days, in the forest, that's what I say. Then I am just somewhere on the field, meditate somewhere on the street like this is the deal. Where am I at, do not know, going quite a bit faster than let you know. I cannot be changed, that was written out in code, like this is what I am about. Unstoppable as it was meant to be. They try to see, but they cannot see me as I go steadily. Got type of movement I cannot see. Where is that now? I am here. As I'm looking like, yo, where am I even at? Nah, I cannot be bothered by that. If I'm just trying to be where I need to be at. Basis is not necessary if I just need to merely be. What is the basis for me if I can't be free? Not be bound to that what I want to see. Be free and create whatever it could be. Real reality, real magic you'll find. And it's all in the mind. That is fine. I'll keep it alright. This is not going anywhere. It will stay for life, yeah. This is not going anywhere. This will stay for life, yeah. This is going to stay for life. Once a crossfade, yeah, like we get so high up here in the space, accomplish the fact that we can create whatever we want to make. Look at the freedom, the options that we've got, and all life goes at quite a fast pace. You're gonna have a better chance than I do, okay? Because you're putting all of them hours mine, so I rest assured because I know did the best that I could anyway, you know. So I'm just going in my own way, not worrying about it anyway. I'm just flowing in my space. The only way I go is straight. I'm just headed in my way. What is that? That is what I see. Hell of me. Adapt and change. Up into place. Different ways. Oh shit. Flying through Mars. As I fly through space, are you comfortable within your own brain? Close your eyes and what can you see? Nothing but the void imagination within me. My brain is trying to resolve perception into something articulate. As I mentioned, I see how I judge this mentality. A perspective that could be positioned externally, not merely internally with CP. I am just me. I indirectly exercise control over the components within my brain. In that way I can be in one place and control many, okay? I am up in my space, up on my throne. In Dashie on the yard, writing code, yeah, you know. Looking at all of the colors in my eye, go back to me alone. I will be there and say that I am proud and that I am grateful for that what I've made. Because you know this place, it is quite so great. Gonna have it in this blessed type of way. So I just say, you just gotta be in this way. So make the most out of that what we've got. focus on the things that are worthwhile, man. Do not let your mind get distracted by excess type of shit. Accumulate in the space within your brain. Running like this is a fast pace. Not what I want anyway. So sometimes you just be like, I just slow down, okay? And then you go up in the space. You float away and you start to really see that you elevate. Unstoppable in your own type of way. You should not be afraid along these dark roads, okay? Because sun is going to return, yes, during the day. But walking at night to get closer to that what I want, mine. So I am working and I'm working at it every day. I cannot stop, this is what I will make. I'm a mate, then I will just be like, I stand on that, this is what I've got right now. As I said, as I did, as I say I will do. Fulfill, now this is what I do. Create, now what do they say? Look at stars interconnect in my brain. Layers and bubbles in places. We want to understand what are these faces. Questions, reflection, what we all need. Just sit and just listen closely. What is that? What your mind is telling you? Vision or a thought or a memory. So many different forms of perception, see. What is this? This is alternate memory. Placed in the back of our brain. Here I am existing in outer space. Physically the neurons that represent me. See, I am just majestically. And it had to be in that way. Not had to be up in that way. As I take a hit from my chain. Take a hit from the bone, okay? Yeah, let's just elevate. Get some motherfucking high today. Let's just get so high, okay? Yeah, man. Just somewhere in the universe today. What is that? Space and time. Space and time. Space and time. It all just intertwines. Starts to make sense. Then you see the surprise turns away, turn it into irony. That would be the suffering that we had experienced previously. We are not bound to never find it again. Better get used to that and embrace it, yeah. No matter what it be, you gotta give it a hug. To be able to say you've got the power to change your mind. We've got to be able to be up in our place. What is the equivalent of the exchange, action, reaction, consequential reality? Must I say more? You must understand, include dash.h. Online for here we just go to now I'm just on my zone. Cloud 9, now that where I do reside. I'm here looking down a palm tree branch and I'm like, that's my life. I see meer loonder toe, I look meer loonder. I was there earlier today, looking at all of the creatures that are up within the space. Looking at the trees and I am like, yep, this is just so great. But I gotta go, I'm on my way, I've got a destination within my brain. I just wanted to go out and go quick within this place. But then I just came back home and I went straight up on my grind. And then I wrote it all out, the system that I wanted to be about. Now that is just what I make. So many different options that it is quite insane. But I cannot be bothered by that, what then another may have to say. Unless it is relevant to the place where I just do remain. I'm just here, and I go. Set your priorities straight, you better get to know. What is that? This is life, most certainty survive within the mind. Keep that in the mind. Self-control, now that you did fine. Acceptance, now that is what we acquired within the mind. Awareness, not that is what I see upon a day-to-day. Transcendence, not that is just what I need. Now I must really say, as I consolidate, puts information into place. Organized order, this is just like a library within my brain. Where did it come from? No, I do not even know. But I know that what that I wrote down, that is just what I go. Here I go, I'm afloat. In my zone, looking down upon this beautiful place. That's my life. Flying so high. I'm just flying so high. Understood within the space. Out of smoke and just really elevate. That's the homegrown, the real good. going straight. None of the trash that be thrown on the other side of the gate. And we've got, we smoked and we choked and we go get some motherfucking hot dough. Sometimes you just be floating in space, and then when you be looking all around, looking at what you can see. What is that? Is it just another tree? Standing stationary in the world. Look at that bark, what is it resembling right now? It resembles a lot. Think about it in your brain. Now the art of the key would be to see that this is exactly an example that I could perceive to be. Now see the characteristics that we make up in the mind at the end of the perspective through which would look like a lens. See the focus, the awareness that is following that down the road, no matter where it goes. So therefore do it say, take control of the focus, bro. Concentration that we've got now as you accumulate concentration into place. Potency is the result, okay? Potency, the potential put into place. Release the power and just really bring about change. That is the magic with the C and the K. Not that just the C, that what they see in Hollywood are perceived to be fantasy. And merrily live within the bubble that is within that society. But this place where I remain, blessed enough to be where I am at. Now I must really say it is so free. You've got your time, you've got your space, you got your mind, you got everything that you would like to find. Boundary roads for days endless though. And look at me alone, but these are the swamps though. We've got these forests, long roads too. Follow them to other cities, what do they do? I'm just exploring, trying to get right. What are they trying to get all fucked up in the mind? I am just here now, where you can find, as I'm sitting next to this tree, alright. Then I meditate, make the OM frequency, because I am just like this is life, just as it was meant to be. Took a lot of work to create this. If I can't take it out of myself, that nobody could ever take it away. So I say that it's just a craft that I've made. This my shield, my protection, solidification, you see. It is not materialistically bound, but rather subjectively within me. Acknowledge the fact, and that's the power that I do really possess within the head. Distinction, you see. What is the clarity? The thoughts, creations. Now we are just like associations, assignments, like variables. The value would be conditions satisfied. Now that is the need. Execute and goal, only matter better know. Action, reaction, no matter what you may think within your fucking dumb. But it integrate, because this is something that they say. What they say, they cannot be keeping up within the brain. I'm just lying, this is just this life. Look at this life, now we will survive. In my way over another, look at quantum as it say. A nice way to look at it, also I am just like okay. I'm just going to be going in my way, because really I do not know, and I will not know until the day I get to know. So therefore do I just really say there is nothing that I could do to change. So therefore I'ma just stay up within my place. Do not hesitate, just let me be free. As I go, because change, they do not got me. Saw the snake and I drank the poison, venomous, what that be? Yeah, it was great, you see. I'm just the power in me, that's the power that I got for me. What's the assignment, see? Creation, objectively express, transformation, processing, you see. I gotta take a shot to this. It is that late night, I'm not you alright. Been going so hard every single day, alright. I'm no stress, what they say. I'ma just chill and I'ma just be up in my space. Soon I will be 24, you will see. Every year has been better than the year that came before. I've been putting in the work like every day, been focusing upon the things that I can improvise upon. If nobody lets me know what to improvise upon, then I end like, where did I go wrong? I'm just like, let me know, what is that? Then they let me know, I'm not lying, alright, then I improvise, but at some point, you know, you get so good at knowing what you know. So I go in that way, try to understanding in a way, rather than just understand the facts and keeping it memorized within the brain. If I could get them through it myself, then it is more valuable to me. I wanna be able to say that I really manifested the way within my brain faculties that I'm trained because of neuronal connectivity. See, now it is about relativity. The more fine-tuned that you are to your trajectory, the more related everything will be within your neurochemistry. So that with me, your neurocircuitry will be wired optimally. It would mean that you could perform the best that you could. Think about that, that's the formula, alright. So I ain't just like now, I'm living my life. I'm just controlling stimuli that I've got, bend in reality. This is really what I've got. Reality would be an abstract of actuality, sensory perception. You must really see conception deep within me. Do not necessarily have to articulate the processes that I do really behold within the brain. I'm just like I run all of the code and then I do it simultaneous. Though as I am just on a asynchronous type of flow. What we write C# on the block, you know, blockchain, what we get crypto, going up like every day, you know. Now I'm just like I'm just up in my zone and I'm doing my thing. Now you better get to know it's a late night cruising on the block. This but do push production, trying to do not get cool like this and the payloads over the net. Look as they are sending cyber attacks. Now do not make me send all of the Ethereum to that net though. What do they say then? They say like hey, we got few terabytes for that play. What I say is we better stay away from that. What we would like to make, what we do create shall protect. This is life's work, now what I've got. If it is life work, then I must say it is worth all of my life, okay. So everything that I do must dedicate itself to performing in a way that it provides to the greater whole. That what I do now, this is the goal, what's the goal, it's the goal, and it shall remain. As I'm just looking for that, that's what I can make. Just looking at it in a different type of way. What I got, they must say. Said that I was blessed with hypersensitivity. I just learned how to empower myself, you see. Been taking the time that meditation, this miracle's my G. It gonna train your brain in a way that you could just be like I activate the neurocircuitry in a certain type of way. So I could just be like I am my own relay. I mediate as I perceive my observatory state. Want to look at how I judge the personality within my brain. Can we improvise, improve, see what can we do? Optimize, what's the runtime, efficiency? It's already at the fullest, alright. What could it be? We got to grow, we cannot stop. I love my life, love everybody too. Love everything, this is what we do. This is for the D-A-S-H, D-A-S-H, D-A-S-H. This is for the D-A-S-H. No, nothing that will ever change. No, we are going to create, pull a thread all the way from the past to the present. You see the stability. Shit. Crazy. I will be here today. Know I've got something planned within the brain. I'm about to get so high, I shall elevate further, further up in this space. I'm about to play a game. At first I shall record this album, okay. Freestyle one take always would be. Look at the smut that I be guessing upon. This is what I be putting on. Got my own strain that I do. In the sunlight, this is just what we do. I got a good strain, this is just what I smell. No pesticide, no stress, no this is not a joke. No, I've got the high THC, do it just consume. As I inhale, I do not sell. Now you better G and U. Where I go, it is for therapeutic uses, you know. Expanding the brain in different ways, we're shifting the way that I focus within my brain. See at the hand of where you would focus upon is to determine the neuronal activation with the dome. But I get to understand the neurochemistry that you do possess. For it is the miracle that makes life just as it is perceived in the head. A fundamental aspect of existing within this bigger place that we cannot perceive. Now I must really say, but it seems quite logical to me to just really say that we are merely a part of the environment, like we are the environment you must see. What is the mind, a product of the body? What is the body, a product of the environment? See, I am just here and this is how I am just meant to be. I am just looking at it quite fundamentally. I cannot be bothered with excess reason. If it works, then it works. If it does not, then it don't. But I am, so I am. So that it's just how I go. Physical embodiment of my own thoughts of flows. Philosophically oriented, that's what I did say. I was just thinking about there is so many different types of ways. I was trying to understand, like, why are they disagreeing with what I say? Then I improvised upon it like every single day, like even during my singing. Then I took a bit of that psilocybin and it taught me to ask for the questions and sit down and really listen to what you've got. Now I've got, listen close, now I say. As I do, just put it out and I am like I just create. As you just go, you cast a spell blue. Because we do not do what those other users like to do. Now I go with intent, attentively I do remain, and just let myself stay in this bigger place. So more to be, so here I just go. And as it is just meant to be, now that is my flow. You cannot have it all, now I just did create. I thought of it so deep within my own brain. Where's it at? Where's this at? This is just a location that I did just create within my head. Staring at my notepad, wrote it right down upon earlier today. When I woke up I wanted to create, then now I did materialize. That's a daily thing. I go out and I make it, this is just the beginning. But I already feel like I already rose so many levels up to the sky. I am cosmologically advanced, I defy physics alright. I am all defiant, I must say, the king of kings, emperor of emperors, overpowering, almighty, omnipotent. I am everything, God, goddess, it's me, not just. Sometimes you better get to recognize that there is a difference between trying and being what you want to see. You've got to rise beyond merely that what you want. To accomplish your fullest potential for what you want is going to lead you astray at times when opportunities could be ahead of the way. Is that what I say? A lesson that I learned, life has its way of teaching the guilt you have to recognize, and then you start to see due to introspection that was a lesson that you definitely need. Like I say, if you find a problem within this bigger place, this trajectory, yes, it is quite insane. Then you must ask yourself, what is that? What is it? Yeah, try to embrace. Now we have got to understand it in a different light, so we can use it and utilize it and put it in a different light. How can we move it if we do not even interact? So I say, the quicker that I know, then I know where I am at. What am I ahead of? I need to see if I can, so I can prepare and act accordingly. But do not look clear, what is there a lack of clarity? Everybody seems polluted by the food that I make these days. It's all fucking processed. Don't know what's healthy, man. I believe in AI and all of this fucking bullshit on Snapchat, okay? I do not know. My brain it is just not getting front like that. I just take my time and I'm just growing my brain, man, and my body too, and my life. I'm growing everything alright, and I make sure that everybody that I love is gonna be just alright. Gotta be alright, gotta be space. This is just what do make. Now I've got this focus on my brain, and it cannot be broken because I want to be able to take that. I dominate in any space. Now you got to be like yo, I can proclaim and be a body that is just a miracle. See, yeah, I've got that. What is that? Let's strain out what you hold. Like every different sound would be a stream yet to be told. Within a web of webs, there are so many different webs. Interconnectivity, semiotically, not that to be complementary. All creatures, oh yeah, I played in a space. Oh, what did they really say? I've been up within the space for quite a bit. Elevate. I believe in me. This is the power I believe. This is just all that I don't need. Because through me I can be anything that I would need to be. See, look at it like in accordance with reality. They want to guess what is the right way. Why brute force all your way? We programmers, we study the infrastructure, and then we do procreate like we recreate what that we see, and then we make love with it that vision deep within your brain. Then use that oxytocin type of flow, find some memories and then you feel provoked. See that dopamine release, reward the stimulation. Now I see neurochemistry. Simply, yeah, you have got to utilize what is that provocation. Every time that I accomplish a task, I got this sense within me. Now that is what I chase. You see, I see it like a game. How many times can I provoke this feeling in my brain? So I just work away, but I'm aware of the fact that it is my reward system though. But I am using it attentively to become better and more able. Is it like I am using myself like a bot? I program the code, this is just what I wrote. What do they know? I do not think that they know a lot. The difference between the coder and a programmer, not mine. Now I'm a programmer, I am up in the mix. Engineer the shit in different ways, just how it is. Not merely, digitally, you can also manifest it physically. If you are able to express your intent accordingly, that would be in accordance with the present reality. Look at all of the variables in accordance with the standard. Now you see, now that's the analysis, what you need. Now start to understand what is the action you perceive. Plug into the code as on JavaScript, now it just runs. It does not go an error until you do try to run. But it gets to run, then it just goes. Oh no, then you see, how can I improve upon this piece that I made previously? It's an endless cycle, see. You know, to do what that is. To do what that is. Do you know why? Time to get high. It is time to swallow. Now just let's just choke. Get some of that kush and put it in the bomb. Now get some of the green and grind it all just up. And get that good apple, stick a green out of your palm. We've got some hash up in the mix. I've got some sick strains. I tried to flash so high. I am just up in respect. Don't stress and be grateful for the fact that I can be where I am in the present. Yeah, I light two candles and see that is just where I wanna be. I do know that I want to give up on this life that I've got laying in front of me. I want to keep on going endlessly. It's what I feel when I wake up. Look outside, what is that? That is a beautiful life. So many opportunities that lay ahead. Nothing that is in my way. Just more focus so I cannot be led astray. Now I do really train and maintain that I have like I create because I wanna be living this life in my own type of way and be like if I can be appreciative of the fact that I wasn't the way that I wasn't. Be like if I can move upon that now. If you look at the present in a negative type of way, then in the future when you look back at the present, then you're gonna be like, okay, that wasn't all the right way to be looking at that big in my brain because you see it's that contemplation situation. What is that differentiation, the creation in your brain? To tie them all together like it is just a piece of glue, okay? Want to create Lego blocks and put them into place. Try to create something new like this is what I make. I try to be rapping up on the beat because I got fascinated when I heard it because I was like, yo, I want to be able to create something like this, but I do not know if I could really be doing that though. Now I tried it, now I'm just up in my zone as I am just like smoking, ready to take bits from the ball. This is just so strong. When I say hello, when I say I go, when I say I know, when I say I like to say because you know I just go in that way because you know I express but attentively so singularity never in me. See this dynamism, what's that? The connectivity, nothing to connect in different ways. Okay, you see the psychology with your brain. It is so many different categories. All of these processes like all the jigger right out like strategic and maintaining people's from all I think is this. Programmatic terminology that you should learn is a logistics. It's not burn. It's gonna be like I can create dissect all of these memories in my brain and be constructed and different times so better recall a memory. You'll overwrite the initial first step that we've made. It is the perception deep within the brain because a higher degree of relativity would be quick to overriding. Have the potential of rise possibility. Keep that in mind. Variability no linear race because the brain is radiantly three-dimensionally in a way that the relativity occurs. Okay, so I say, hey, you better take your time. There is no certainty. We gotta go as we go and as I'm flowing now. That's what I know. As I go now, that's what I know. Because I know that's what I know. Yes, I can see it deep in my brain. Been having visions from so long ago. Thinking about it like I do want to, no, I bend the bag and I just create. Because I was just like I want to make, I gotta stop. Because I cannot drop. No, I'm unstoppable, I say no, take a hit straight from the J. Gets up fucking high today. They're smoking that omega type of strength. Gonna give the superpowers to you, just gotta believe. If that shit, it is so sweet. Gonna make you choke, this is crazy. Small that, now what do I have got? So much strength, now that is crazy mind. I grew it on my own, I remember so long ago. It took so long to grow creatures that try to take a dough. They try to be catcher in my plan and I still got a few plans outside they are trying to eat up, but I cannot let them. Cause I am like yo, I cannot let them, but I still be doing that. They be pursuing that, but they want in the head, so I do nobody, just let them creep a degree, because that is just nature, natural reality, ultimate state, balance, harmony, that I don't break. Shit, you know I had to do it. I had to do this. Last. Fell it in my brain. Got obsessed with this. Then I heard it the first time and I watched just like I wanna hear it in my mind. When I play it back, hear my own type of flow and associate the memories that I do know. Because I want to be like I to create. Cause so many different things that I can say. Let me go. Here I just go. But I don't know. Where is the flow? The flow is flowing in its way. No, that's just what I say. Now I saw it moving the other day, but it was not in a rush, okay. No, I was just trying to calm it down. Look at the wind as it goes, so profound. So profound, so profound. Now a wonderful world right now. Now this is that life I live. I cannot give up on this shit. This is just what I want for life. And no matter what may happen, I'ma be up in my zone, up in my place. This is just really what I would like to remain. Because you know this what I did make. Now that's some of the same shit, but in a different type of ways. I stand on the stove, on top of all of these skills. Yeah, I'm on, man, there's so many apocalypse gonna break out. I'ma be fine somewhere in the forest right now. Yeah, when the war is gonna break out, I'ma just be in my zone right now. Catching religion in the corner of the room while I am just like this. It's time to consume. We have got to meditate, clear our mind. Do not let any fear penetrate. It's gonna distract, now distraction would be diminishing all of our dreams. Cannot let it blind us in a way that it makes us go in the wrong type of way. Now I am here working in the space today, and it is quite a special day. With Twilight, you better get to know, recognize that this is my zone as I am getting higher. Now this is just all that I do know. As I'm floating on cloud 9, I do not know, but damn, I just feel so alright. Been working so hard, then you get that dopamine release. Then you take a bit of weed and it breaks down slow, you see. So you get more of that memory, and I am like experience, just what I need. Now I want to perceive pride that I've got, but I am like not too much. Now we gotta stay in control when we are just like, yo, we gonna do what is the goal. Now I cannot stop, I've got my place, you know. I've got something special, now you better get to recognize though. Notice that is me, as I go out this twilight up in space. Got some spells and just blasting it all away. I'm just high and I elevate, I'm start to elevate. You better live your life in the right type of way. Nah, it is all possible. Yeah, it is all possible. Hey, it is all possible. Yeah. Nah, it is all possible. Do not let them tell you otherwise. Gotta keep it going no matter what it may be. Here we can never ever can stop me. Because I'm unstoppable, omnipotent, invincible. See. This is just creations within space, as I am shaping pyramids up into place. This is my own way, this is the only way. I've got a little power, just like a gemstone. Hold it in my hand, bind it like subjectivity within my head. Then I seek, provoke that fit in the future ahead of me. Power that was granted though, because I took the time to be able. Now I go. We cannot need that separation, see, but that is just how it is meant to be. A condition that needs to be satisfied in order to not be like I wonder why, because I understand. But then I am like, but why do I understand? Now, it could be hypocrisy. Does not necessarily mean that it is not true, or truthfully, it could be in accordancy. But it is a matter of actuality, not a matter of encapsulating it as you do. Your logic could be faulty too. Do not overestimate. Now I'm just going to be up in my place. What's that measurement? What is the audacity that we portray, that we behold within the brain? What is the privilege? Now I must really say, what's the construction, the basis I tried to see fundamentally? Now I'm looking at it yet adequately, because you know I am the essence of me. Symbiotic type of state I acquire when I am like, yes, okay, need to feel the tree, so I go outside, run for a bit, then I look at the moonlight, and I'm like, this is my real life. Look at the stars, and I am like, is there a god up in that space? Then I kick back to reality, and I am like, okay, I'm ready to take on the race. Yeah, because you know I've been a bit in this place for a bit, so I am ready for whatever it may be. I am going to be creating challenges so I can be better than I was previously. It is just like the curvature of the earth, radially, three-dimensionally, the interconnectivity, relativity, that is what makes everything function as it do. Can you comprehend? No, I did not think you were GNU constructors just like we do. It's the Dashie type of flow. It's the Dashie type of flow, because you know that is what I'm on right now. I made these projects that I am like what I made. Yeah, I went out to materialize that what I wanted though. I was like, yo, I cannot be stopped, even on my days when I felt like, yo, I am going to just feel defeated in field of view. Now I need to see what is the deal. I do not want to seal it off right now. I've got too much that I want to be doing right now, so I have been scrambling, looking all around me, looking for a peace of mind, but then I see a bit of mushroom that I take. She is like, better listen up, Dashie, you go in the right way. But it is not just about going, but about how you go. See the sea and be a part of the act, so look accordingly, because this is where you are at. See as you see, because what you see could be reality, but also delusion, deception. See, but it's the reasonability, is that even necessary? Like modules that you import, the Python script to be run it, the runtime. Now that I do see the way that it parses, the errors are thrown. Then I am like, yo, I cannot be dethroned, because my logs say what they say. Yeah, because I put that code up into place. It was not a matter of what they said, it was a matter of I'ma do it, man. So I'ma keep on doing that. Nobody that can take it away, man. Now I grow up, it turned into I wish that I could do, because they will always lie. That is not the right way to go about this life. But in all actuality, you grow up to see that they were not going in the right way themselves. Where they went wrong, you gotta go right. Look at what they do, but do not fall for the same shit that they fell for. You should have known better though, and that is where it starts, by getting to know. So I go in that way. I look and confront, I just accept the way, because you see, this is the flow, and it is going to keep on going for infinity. It is within me, within my brain, my DNA expressed like that. It's epigenetically okay. At the end of the day, rewire all of these different types of ways. Strings that we hold in our hands. Be aware of destruction, but also creation. Yeah, no. What is the whole? Cannot talk about the whole without mentioning the parts. So unlike what is the part that I say, for every whole is made out of others, okay. I feel like I had to come back, you know. Even though I almost called smoke weed. This is my last August, as I am.
Day
so,
1.
I'm like I have to create, push something out for my future self. When I look inside of myself to see how would it be to simulate the future ahead of me. Now I have gotten to a point throughout the years where I feel like I have never felt before. You're yet so young, take your time, and it is going to be just alright. Because that dedication, that the situation, discipline, no need to doubt. What is the material of the matter that speaks for itself? What is what makes it speak? That is me, oh well. So I take that role, now I take control. Now I am just like this is the goal. I cannot be stopped, I cannot drop. And the winds and storms, they have tested me, mom. But now I say that now I came out all of the other way. I turned a bit of dirt into gold, turned the gold into diamonds. Then I became the manifestation of that what I saw. Embodiment, now I am just really the cause of action that I do perform. See, execution, this is just another norm. Procedure really is just how we put it into place. Look, as I execute according to procedures that are defined in my brain. If I look ahead of me, how will I react when stimuli be in accordance with the matchmaking process? Measurement, like where are we at? Adaptation, I see linearity could be accessed to me.
Day 1.
I do not want to be linearly. That is going to be the end of me. Like distraction, what is in between of me? And that where I really want to be is merely in between. So I am like I treat it accordingly. Sterilize my mind, environment. Now what do I find? I sit down where the water runs. I hear nothing but the water falling, you know. So I go meditate. It's like I hear a rhythm and it is occurring in my brain. So I'm like, yes, okay. Combine that with a bit of study, bit of work, a bit of work too. What we do, and this is just what we like to live in life, and I hope you do too. Because I am just up in me, Luna, today. I said I love your tree branches, okay? Sitting in the moonlight, looking up at the sky, at the stars, and I wonder how did I get to the place I am at right now? But I am like always been aware of where I am. So it did not really serve anything new but what I already saw, and that was the confirmation, the testimony, the cause. No need to question, for I know as I go, so I know better. I tell myself though, criticism you say, skepticism, that is just what I behold in the brain. A function that I can call, parse this string like it is not
Day
small.
1.
In chunks perhaps would be necessary. Should've just passed it by a pointer so you can be and treat it accordingly. That be without any hold of the performance of my runtime optimized. And I am like, so it is time to improvise. How is that what I thought was right yesterday, wrong today? So I can be like, okay, what is the case that could be handled today? Hey, and that is just how you train all of these patterns that allow you to treat it in the right way. Adaptation, a way of seeing, then you can see you could deploy it differently. Hey, it's really just about perspective, they say, but it is not just a single type of way. It's a matter of a collective form of being, though symbiotical. So I am like, that's the goal. Well, what I just said is just fire. I made this potion yesterday, I'm going to drink it. Oh, that's strong. It's like herb extract. I like herbs. I grow all the herbs. Because me a herbalist, man. But you know, sometimes I'm just like, I wanna create this beat in my head, and let's just see.
Day 1.
What kind of voice over this would sound great when I listen to it in the future ahead of me in excess process? I would say rather just be looking at the water drops I just spilled upon my table today, and that would be the lesson: shine a light, illuminate, because the darkness, what it does behold, we do not know. Knowing this exactly, now that is the goal. If I do not know that, what can I expect? And if I cannot expect, then where am I really at? So for that do I say that it's just the way, because in that way you can be like, it is what whatever, man. If we going that way, no need to worry about what if, because it is just really as it is. Look at that in accordance with the state that you have acquired on this day. A rule of thumb would be you need a sense of calm, attunement, perception. What do you find right now? Interpretation, that is separate. See, an instance that follows perception, my edgy, but in reverse for what you perceive, interpret to be, then perceive it again. Override memory within the head, consolidation, neurogenesis, stimulation. The resultant that would be of intense experience, you see. So bind your memory accordingly. Emotional memory is just one of the many. All of these streams, all these strings. Auditory memory, now what is this dream? This dream so hazy and cush as it seems, from these mountains far up, just like a dream. Whoa, it's looking like a dream. Yeah, because I made it seem. Hey, and that is ultimate, man. Yeah, that is the power that I possess within my brain. I can see it in whatever way. I've got the power within my brain. I have trained that muscle, okay. And that feels great. Because when you see something that just needs to be, I always say it is what I need before what I desire, and eventually would like to be. If my heart and my mind in the right place, then what I feel like I want is what I want, and what I do need in order to be, that is in accordance with my desire. You see, it needs to be all accordingly. Attunement, that is the key. You never take the time to look at some water and reflect and be like, where am I at? But where you are at, that is the present, my friend. And you are moving, thinking like, where am I at? Through space and the past left behind, but become attentive and be like, what can I find? Look around, I see some water right now, but this reflecting light at me, and I am like, oh wow. The light is hitting my eyes, of perception, stimulating the receptor, activate some kind of neurocircuitry within my brain. Like a function, focus, now should be followed by awareness. No, not hollow. Concentration, that potentiation, the situation, that my creation. Construction, registration up in the database. I want to insert a bit of these queries today. What are the roles I'ma say? Man, like that's a count of 17 anyway. I am looking at select all with the tag of DASH, and then I see there are a lot of memories attached to the query. Resultant would be needed to be formatted accordingly. What do you have got on many ways? What is that? Just like a maze deep within my brain. I said that's fire. That's just fire.
Back roll.
Like I materialize. Even when I am like I don't feel alright. Because I just want to succeed. I know it is a matter of action, reaction. Anyway, no matter what I may like to say, there is defectuality we deal with anyway. And what comes before me is what comes for me, regardless of what I want to see. So therefore must act according to what is accordingly to be the actuality. Orientation, the only source would be creation, the formulation. See, formulation, my situation, like ingredients, put them into my cauldron. I brew a potion, a life anew, change, weave them into life. Circular, this is how we survive. Cyclically, better understand it accordingly, to be in accordance with what there really be, but rather that what you would like to see, and what there be, go out into nowhere. Then you see it is just where it at, where it is at, where it does remain, and that is the natural type of state anyway. It is just that one place looks a different way, feels a different way, smells a different way, is perceived differently at the end of the day, but in essence they would be all the same if you look at it accordingly. To be in terms of neurology. Now I am here and I'm looking at it. I am light now, that is just more like a weapon though, because when you look at it even more better. Fine tune what you see, two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time according to the laws of physics. But I must see that for all matter that be within this vacuum of space, that it could be the vibe of something say quantum, okay? What's the quantum entanglement? I could be randomly to a degree that has yet to be seen. So I am going to be spread myself out like a neutron up on the screen. I'm going to create create. As I am just going to be up within my space. I said this is just what I make. There are so many different ways, okay. Who's the neuroscientist? Who's the physician? What is true? I do not know what is your position. Many ways, look at it in the same way, but I am in the middle and I am light, yes okay. Look and I see, and I do whatever must be in accordance with the present reality. I take something from everywhere, I do not discriminate. Is it applicable or not? Okay, does it comply with the law of, does it contribute? If it do, then I ain't like it, could be something new. If not, then I may be like, yo, this is just something that I do not do. But if I do, then I do, and if I do not, then I do not though. But keep it clear, so simple. I'm like, yo, what does the even really mean? Look at it like, yo, it is so simple, you see. Keeping it simple is the hardest part. Complexity of rising, like it is hard to grasp, they see. But the simplicity that makes it complexity, do not even see that it is just a matter of comprehension within the brain. That could be due to many different things anyway. See the way that you process, or what you process to begin with. And so if you process what you had processed, what did you process? How could that have been processed by itself? Just like a formula, just apply it to adapt. What came before what was the cause? Now I ain't like, now this was up in the sky and I fly quite high. Can't even keep up with it right now.
Purchase your track
Just like I
today.
create, I'm just up on my grind. Dashware, software production's okay. I'm an engineer, I say I create. Moon Dynasty up on the map, okay. I am here and I just like to stay. So I'm going to be where I remain. My craft and I do it proudly. I can be anything that I want to be. Just have to allow yourself to see, so you can be in accordance with the. What is the essence? What do you create? Hold it like a pen in your hand, draw it out. Symbols that do not yet have meaning. See, it needs to be experienced by me. Then when I do see, I turn out that it is something that I didn't even anticipate. But it is just the way of natural state. Chaos, that's the order. But relativity, no, the disorder. The creation, though, do you create? All the status is just a flow of things. Isolate, sterilize. Start to see things individually. That's the power. Conquer the vision. That is my position. I do it in the right type of way. I do not want to make the mistakes that others have made. So I am like, yo, what is that? What you are up to today? Everybody that I may come across, I want to learn from your pop, and that's what I say. But if there's nothing interesting that I must really say, there is nothing new for me to see anyway. Sometimes you're just on your grind and you're just like, I want to create something differently too. So I guess that is just what I am going to do. I'm up on my grind. Many people, they get that feeling, that sense of being where they want to be like. I am going to be covering a lot of spectra tonight, but let me say that it is a way of life, not just something that you deploy in the end of the night. Not all of the day leading up to the point in time where you do a specific thing. Like every single thing that you can do be specifically meant. So when you start to become attentively and you start to gain a sense of control, you start to see that it could all just be quite differently if you were to let go of that sense of sensitivity. Does not have to be like you want it to be. Could be in any way that it ends to be. So that could be according to some standard not yet seen. It could also be that it is already in accordance, that be adequacy. And if that would be, then I say that is ultimate to me. A sense of standard balance that we keep it in the mind and tune. What we ought to find, I want a bit of life. Look at some corn, look at some grass, look at the creatures, just what are they at? I see an owl and the owl flying straight at me. Caterpillar Avenue where I was quite early. There I go throughout the years in my zone. By the memories in such a conscious way. Provocative, that type of state. Because I am like I want to create. Now I just really want to make something that lasts. past. Someone just like this, my life. And I work up on it every day when I look at the stars in the middle of the night. And I already see that the sun is coming up all night. I'm like, alright, that I've been here all night, working on my life while these people were just sleeping. Alright, I'm just grinding and doing what I do. One day was dreaming that I could pursue this, what I have got, now I pursue. I am like, okay, the passion, gratitude within the brain, ultimatum, so I make the most out of this, okay? That's a lot that I have written down. I am like, I live up to that now. And practice my craft every day. Work on that shit like I want to make. Gotta light up. Light up a bit if that is your thing. And if it is not, then that is cool too. But I light up as I am going to proceed. I just prevail, man. Cannot stop this kind of state, because the guy is just like, yo, I am going to break through any wall that I may see. Even if it makes me appear a bit differently, I want to be as I be. I am going to go unharm nobody. Freedom that I do acquire may be questionable how I do it, for I do it in a way that is unlike the people that you used to base the way that you look upon me upon. So I say, I am not the same, I am in my own space, so it is not going to fit. Compatibility, the issue, see the modularity. What is the key? Can you see the separation, these instances that you instantiate? What are you doing? Are you even going to be collecting all that memory? Like a garbage collector, we have got to see. I'm just stuck within the space. I create an instance and I am like, okay, try catch, finally, what it be? Dispose of elements accordingly, because objects that I made hold value in some type of way. Some defined, but hold them in the list. Collection, just like a gift. I make this, write it out. See sharp, that what I am about. I see sharp, object oriented right now. Remember writing C++ like right now. Felt great doing it for so long. I feel like I became one with the code now. Combined it with so many things in my life. All the things that I do, they just intertwine. I build power through relativity by relating everything I do with the same in a way. Implicitly I say at a depth of 3 that would be the maximality in terms of whether it could be relativity. Now relatability, that is really just the key. If you want to see a sense of resonance occur to be for attunement, now that is really just the key. Relativity, relationship I establish with the state, then I am like I create and provoke that within my brain. My 23rd year has been the best yet. And my 24th will do the same. Just like my 21st, my 22nd, my 19th, my 20th, my 18th. Going to live in the right way. When I say that it is the best year that I have yet had. When I turn 20, I was like I cannot go back. So ever since I have been on this fucking race, man. But before that I was already constructing the foundation that I have been deploying every day. I was creating it like it came out of nowhere though. But I was like I am not afraid, let's just face the beast though. A lot of patience, a lot of effort that went into this. But it is rewarding and this is just really it. If you keep going in the same way, then you will see that it will turn out to be more than just mere empty airspace. You feel with intent, so express in accordance with action reaction. What is the law condition you need to satisfy? What is the value, the trajectory ahead? I am like, yo, what is that within my head? Perception, but now I see. Thinking too much, now that is not how you go accordingly. In order to go in the right way, you must be like, yo, I am going to just be at peace. Because at peace, that is the only true state. So I spend hours to gain that in my brain. When I enter that state, nothing can stop me. But if I do not have it, then it can't stop me. So I develop the way that I can have that too. When there is nothing but just what I've got, and that is me. So I am like, that is what I need. A sense of certainty that I will be fine. Reliability, now what do we find? Regulatory state within the mind. Body, physiologically advanced. Mind, yeah, I am like advanced. Advanced, that is what he say. Like a caterpillar that is just up in the space. What's the caterpillar doing flying far away? Shooting lasers and he is just like, oh yes, okay. I do not know, but I am trying to fly further though. Because you know we are just up within the space though. Only young for so young, so I am going to live. That's a wingster, the caterpillar, what is this? And it flies so fucking far away. It got some horns and some shit, like I'm what the fuck, okay? Creature, what is that? In space, we don't see it, but it is still there anyway. No authentication that I need, because I behold my own validity. Like a session token that I behold, encrypted upon the system that has been encrypted by the hard drive. As I am like, yo, do not even wonder why. Where am I? The cipher cannot be. Comprehensibility, retainability, what do you see? It's the context that I do create. As I paint the picture, spanning beyond spectrum that you cannot even perceive to be. But what is this? Cannot, what is that? Define it. I am like, alright now. As we fly through the space, I'm the planet, I am the magnificent energy. I am what composes the whole, you see. I am black matter, I'm antimatter. I am no matter, I'm everything. I'm the god, I'm defying all of physics, man. And I create worlds in my head. And then I am like, okay, let's create it in my pocket. A universe that I just excellently did form. And now I pull it out. And then I've got a universe in my hand now. Lightning comes down, but I do bottle that storm now. That is when the throttle is going to make me go even faster. Accelerate, so I'm going in that way. You must know, absorb a type of state. Take the energy and I just really translate. Resolve, what's the format? Let me know. Then I can be like, I just adjust my system in accordance with what I need to see. Like turning the switch on the radio, do it calmly. What's the knot? What's the knot? This is just what we have got. That's the question, and you see what's the control? I need the control panel, but it means where I can do multiple things simultaneously. Well, seemingly, because literally it could never actually really be 1 for 1, not 2 for 2. What is this? This is just what we do. Singularity, you see like strings individually, but it is not really as simple as it could seem to be.
Almost when you least expect it.
Creatures, got creatures. Some empty sound. Without all the how to describe. That's better.
Observatory.
Just up in my space, looking up my work that I am about to create. I turned my perception into code. Got the formula like stories to be told. How do we create? Got the context in my brain. As I just encapsulate, because I was like these elements that I want to make me to dispose them in the right type of way. So I create a garbage collector that be like, okay, what are the objects that he puts up into place? I wanna be in the right way. So look over the field of view that I have got. Yes, okay, I can have it, but if I do not see that, how could I act like I feel like I have it? Though now I am like, you've got to imagine, and then you get to know that it is there. But you need to rely upon that. They see that it was there all along, but you were just too blind to see. Now that happens a lot, and that is the natural state, natural order. Now you better remember within your brain recognition, like recognizing that what is the present state, and being able to render that into something like a solution is the problem that they have every day. So I just say what your own code, then solve the problems that you see me not asleep. But I am like, I am right right here and I'm going to create. Because I want to be like yo, I can just really fucking make anything that I foresee within my brain. Even if there are some things out better than me, I can never ever feel that way, but I know better, yeah, anyway. So there is no need to portray, I can just be in the right type of way, regardless of the way that it may seem. If it is going to make me proliferate, I wanna be like I accelerate, like I can accumulate explanation on top of okay, no better start to recognize that within your brain is just what I do create. Growing neurons in the lab, I have got it on a platter. I am here, clean slate, something that in fact I am what the A to B cannot see. But in fact, all of these packets that I see poisoning all of the internet. What is that at the cap on that wire sharpener? Used to be that created myself, and now it is like yo, that was not good for my health. I say I got to, I say I say I got I am just here where I do remain. I feel like I am just in space, always thinking there are reasons for things, but sometimes things do not operate within that space. It is a space with the spaces that you contain. What is the modularity that is responsible for the present state? It is what makes up the whole that you do see, that is relevant to acting upon the whole you see, because the whole would be the entirety, the predisposition, consequential reality. What is that variability that you can perceive to be think that you should memorize? Just go in and be like, I can trust upon myself right now. No matter what I need to do, I will be ready. So I am like, now why do you not feel that way? It is quite hard to imagine it within your brain until you go out and just see that it is as easy as just standing there and being like that though. I'm just here and I am within my zone. I did way harder things than I am going to do presently. I've been on my shit for quite a bit, see, I've been working longer than I have not in this life, yeah. I have been going at it non-stop. Be listening to the trees ever since I was a child, man. And now I am here, I have established these roots. I dominate against society because I am able to translate what I see into a sense of adequacy. That would suffice in regard to constructing that what I need, not necessarily merely that what I want. What is the obligation though? You want a bit of desire, now you better be forming that within your own factory effect that I be to find that now what you see. Processes that do intertwine, but the strings in the mind are not the only thing that we need. We need way more than just what we can see. So be open-minded for that what could there yet be, because you do never know until it starts to be. That's why sometimes we are like why, how, and asking this shit like it could not be different. More fire. You know, they say it's 20% cooler, but really I am 420% cooler. No. There's a lot ahead. But no matter what it be that I see, never losing faith in that what I truly be. Was with Luna earlier and I'ma say she is still shining as bright back in the day. Look at my environment every day and I am like it's just a beautiful place. So the best way that I could stay is by making it the best out of it, okay? Sometimes you make an extra step, it does not necessarily make sense, my friend. For the sense be formed after the fact, as you see that there is a way for it to be accordingly, but without seeing it to be in accordance with the standard, how would you know that it could be in accordance with the standard though? So I'm like, yo, I wanna be like I am so free. What is the value that I define? It is on a psychological level. I took the time to understand all of the processes that I keep it in my mind, and so you should understand the hardware, the software, and the administrator that is me. And I am just operating upon this hardware that I see. Improvise and upgrade these components, this is what I need. I got my RTX 5090, here I go. I'm just going through the space, now I'm up in my zone. Overclock the shit to 420,000 hertz. Do not give a fuck, even if it tries to burn. I'm just going till the last drop is left, and even then I am like, yo, I cannot pass. On my old days, sitting in the grass, thinking about the fact I thought about it when I was younger. I will chuckle and be like, you thought that you could figure it all out, but really I never thought that I would really be about. But I tend to convince myself that nothing is impossible, you know, because why else are you doing it if you think it is impossible? Although, so if you go to entertain that kind of materialization within the brain, then better do it in a way that favors your present state. It is already there, so you just have to regulate, so form it in a way that it is left behind, like something that could be a contributing factor. I try to create, because these are the scenarios that you can paint within the brain. What are the colors that you need? What do you want to make? What could it be? I want to improvise on whatever I may see. Just create, go out, remember, and then you can just be about. Memory, source of life. So I am like what I am about. Physics, inherit, absorb, associate, go straight, and never be afraid of the shadows that you may see within your brain. The only fear that you could form is the one for unknowingness. When you start to see, then you start to see that fear is merely the bait that you perceived it to be, rather than basing it upon what it is actually. See, that is ridiculity to me. Mushrooms activate the regions of my brain that are responsible for functioning the right way.
Hey yo, Desert, what's up?
So I am like, let me just microdose a bit. Go outside and just meditate. Like, can I just really resonate with the feelings that I sense within me? Because I have been working on it for quite a bit. Do not want it to fall down, do my due diligence. What is my ritual? I've got a ritual every day when I wake up. You know, no fixed waste, no rigidity that I've read it off the way. Unless it is necessary, I need to partake in the process of reorienting my brain. Not being as predisposed to that. Like, yo, I'm making an assumption within my head. What is that? I do not know. I have to see, so I just like to go. So I go in the way of that I know. And there I go, there I go. I'm just in my own zone, like a trident, hold it in my hand. And I'm like, I summon lighting that where I am at. So it go and explode as I hold it though. I draw myself out, now I am the king, now I am all able. I am almighty, Dashie, I sit upon my throne. I summon lightning because this is just really what I own. Electrocute all of the negativity, send it to outer space. Put on my vest, I'm ready for all of the evil, okay? Outer space, send it to outer space. These beats I tend to, usually don't do it, but I tend to come back to the same beats, because they're quite fire.
Scene 98.
Different form of processing. Need to write this into my POS. Right. I'm just up in my my space, smoking a bit of weed, but looking at this, what I am going to create in a little bit already refactored the entire code base. When I got back to this project, I was like, I know that it will activate the parts of my brain that are responsible for creating so many different types of things. Now I had abandoned it quite a bit, but I am back up in this shit. Now I cannot be stopped, my reputation like a godly programmer. I still remain, and I step in my space like an object. I just really define and I say properties that I set to values that are adequate, yes to me and just to me. Now what I need to be is accordingly, so adequacy would be self-pronouncing it's on top of ain't no need to clarify what is the obvious. Anyway, you better read the documentation that I wrote out, because it is going to specify how my API works. I am here, this is life's work. HTTP get as I get that request, and I just say I return to you my only page. This is my life, the true back end. Now what we survive, PHP that we do right, SQL that is running deep within the mind, database, retrieve, process, then reiterate. Where am I really at? I'm gonna insert that back into that, so I am like, yo, can it fit? Yeah, does it already exist? Then we do append. If it does not exist, then we create. And as I put that file up into place, the log export like a dump from memory. I just see, I just be, and you can never ever really stop. Even when you feel like it's offbeat, you gotta be like, fuck your rules, man, I don't give a fuck.
8.
This fly is just creaturing around. You know, if the fly can creature around, it's so small and only has like a lifespan of like a few weeks, why can I not? Fly doesn't seem to worry about what I worry about, so why would I? It's able to do what it does, why should I not? The only thing that holds you back is your decision making. Get it clear within the head. Many that want to accommodate for the fact that they need to acquire a space of responsibility within the brain. Who's going to hold you responsible but yourself? Exactly, so better develop a methodology that you could be like, yo, what is that? What I do is that, right or wrong? Look at myself in the mirror and I am like, look at yourself, you aren't even taking it serious right now. So I am getting myself back in place, cause you know sometimes we just need that kind of care. So I'm like, whatever the need would be, I need to satisfy, and this is not just greed. I'm going to be infinitely overpowering reality. When I meet a god or a goddess though, it's gonna be like, yo, we already knew that you would come. Let's talk about that, what you asked though, down on earth though. You thought that it could be in a way, let me explain that it really connect, okay? It's probably going to be last on the album. So, relativity. Resonance. The resonance amongst relative things. Harmony needs to be harmonious resonance. If there is no resonance amongst me and what relates to me, then what is going to be a balance for me? I do not want it to not complement me. Everything is coming my way though, nonetheless, so I better go like, okay, need to do a bit of effort to stay into place. Able to say that I enjoy life, okay? We understand that nothing comes easy though. We understand you need to suffer sometimes a bit to be like, okay, now I do not have to suffer at all. Then they are like, yo, why are you not suffering right now? Because I take my time to already do that ahead of time. Because I see it is obvious in the mind. If you are willing to doubt the fact that it is all alright, then you see that there is a lot more possible than you had to be held to be. So, and like whatever comes your way, gotta make sure that all of the streams are in a sense resonant, because if they just be, then they are going to be acting complementary. Attune yourself and attune that what you see to the degree that you can exercise control. The awareness, acceptance, and relativity would be, now you can see acceptance within the pain, confrontation, that is where it starts, okay? What is that is coming my way? I need to be able to harmonize it all, okay? And when it comes in, what do I say? Singularize, take it into a way, then I like no, it's going to flow. No matter where I think that I am able. A cool scene gotta flow. What goes out gotta go just as it goes. So I go just like that, because there is nothing that I have seen that goes in any other way, man. And it works. So I like experimentation, but no primary insight. So it's the only way that I know. It is the only way that I choose to really go. Is to be studying all reality, all of these interactions around me. I am carefully constructing frameworks. When solutions are done, see efficacy. My proficiency to accumulate. Not even a joke, now I must really say. Radiance, it looks in a weird way. And that's because it was never meant to look normal anyway. It was just meant to work because it's just for me. Not for anybody, but the purpose that is me. So I create in a way without bothering anybody. But you must understand, like this is just adequately. Nothing that can be without resonance, just see. So I am going to be symbiotically. Symbiosis, I say. We just really regulate as it comes in. I like now, this is just a bit getting it. Be ready for more. Yo, what is that? Just another door. Yeah, regulatory, writing and drawing at the same time. What I've got. What is that? Now I see attunement to establish resonance to me. So that was the last song, man. I tried something for flows, working on a new system too. It's thought of like how perception is like in different streams, you know, and that our brain puts it all together, or should it more so say it comes in all together and you kind of just dissect whatever comes in.
Zane 98.
In a way that your body does it, but also the mind. The mind is the body, and the body is in part is the mind. But the body in part is the environment, and the environment is also the body. So effectively the mind is the environment too. So therefore it all needs to be in accordance, because else it cannot resonate. And if it cannot resonate, there's just going to be nothing that can be complementary. It needs to be a state of this is just what I've got. Let all of these streams be, and then you start to see that it could be adequately. That be not like you thought of it previously. You thought that it would all fuck up, but then you saw that you were wrong if you went the other way. See, you went with your intuition, and it is what has never ever landed you a mistake. So I must say that if you go in that way, nothing that can be in your way, cause you never had an expectation anyway, for you do not know what to expect, mate. So it is going to be okay regardlessly, because I enjoyed the time that I spent to get to where I just go. The experience, that is just what I need. Always make a lesson out of it if there is nothing for me to see. Want to change my perspective, look at the same thing radially. You could change your angle, perception actively changes new neuronal regions that do engage. Then you see neuroplasticity because of the degree that you could take if you were to study the way that you provoke the stimuli that occurs within your brain. But like a domino effect, by activating a neuron another could turn off, or by turning one off another could activate. But it does not mean that it is going to be in a linear type of way, or neurochemistry does not work according to linear thought. You see, for thought would be a product of it anyway. There's more within my brain than just what produces thoughts, man. But that is what makes up the whole. The majority of the brain is not even conscious. So what is the goal? You wanna act like you be knowing it all, but the reality be that you do not even have the key to open up a door. So I am like, look at yourself like you are the door and the key and the opener and everything. You see the action, the motion, no commotion, nothing in between of me. Take a detour to get to me anyway. When I look at anything outside of me, like a deity that is supposedly externally, but I only see deities that I worship internally. I create my experience that I do obtain, yielding memory. So I must say that it's life that I live to crack. Wanna speak of this, speak of that. What are you talking about? A composition in the head? Are you using presets of what have you made? I ain't just like I improvise that what I can hear within my brain. To be a mix of that what I heard and what I be. If I am alone, then I go the best, and if I am together, things are in my way. But that's just like me. If it plays another song, I'm gonna let it play. It does. Alright. Finishing this model I was working on. Like, life is never meant to be easy. It's just us believing, making yourself believe that it's
Get
easy,
ready
you
to
know?
bounce.
It's all just proclamative, however you want to pronounce it. It's just proclamation based, right? What does that mean? That just doesn't mean that whatever you may think to be is merely an abstract of what you think to see. Not thinking to be beyond what is consciously, now autonomously.
You'll fly.
Awareness, feeling
Get ready to
consciousness,
bounce.
not the unawareness that also resides. Got like 3 layers deep in the mind. One layer that is like access on accommodation, that is just there on ecstasy. Now you've got another layer that is lower, one in the middle. That is where you can go if you were to ask yourself, what is that? What I am referring to right now, the relativity that would be, it is the most near to the present state. That be the baseline that you are up within the space, trying to baseline. All that air you've got in the mind. Now I'm just like, oh no, I don't like this, bro. This beat sucks. I'm just keeping it real.
You'll
I'm
fly.
I'm just
Get ready to bounce.
anyway. Gonna be trying to make it differently because it makes me like, hey, what? That's really dumb. Just let it roll. It's a thing. It's like, when I make a track, the way I go on the track in part is also determined by the way it sounds. And the way this sounds is not the way I feel like going about on the track. So I do not really have the feeling to go
You'll fly.
about on the track.
Get ready to bounce.
But at the same time, the song I recorded before it, I really fuck with. And I'm like, I'm not going to waste it. So, create something interesting out of it. And this model encapsulates perception. That if you're in an environment and you're just there,
You'll fly.
there's so much going
Get
on.
ready to bounce.
Say, the air pressure, the inhalation that just happens because your brain's down. All of the processing of thoughts that are not really there to you unless you start looking for them. Or, there's so much shit going on.
Yo, kick back.
Because there's so much shit going on, I have to end this all with a banger, I've been drawing, writing down some science, like doing science. When you start to see, what you start to see, there is no guarantee that it will just be. If everything that comes to go, for nothing that you have ever seen that can would never go. People live within a bubble thinking that it is impossible for things to go in a bad way, but that is like, I am blindly optimistic in my brain because it makes me feel in a preferable type of vein, and that's desire, and you are enslaved. It is not the way that I would go, I'ma say. No, rather I am like I want to be so free, okay? So I look at that way, in my brain. What if it were to hurt? What if it were not to? Because I cannot let the way that I feel unwillingly dictate the way that I think. I cannot unwillingly let the way that I think let dictate the way that I feel within me. The way that I feel needs to be controllably. In that way I can be like I am ultimately. I am so ultimate, I cannot believe I'm so ultimate. Now look at the screen, all this grass around me, and connect to the mycelium below my feet. I was trying to think about that earlier today, that I had not been doing that for quite a bit, okay? Now I used to spend weeks out in the forest taking mushrooms, 4 days straight, and just developing my brain. And when I came out, I was able to just dominate in a different type of way. Now I have been able to manifest all of those ways, because you see, it's just merely neural circuitry. If you isolate a part of the entire experience that you like, your actual reaction, you can just be like, I trained that within the mind, habitual integration at the hand of repetition. That would be because of discipline, motivation. What you see, that is not necessarily a necessity, but if you are a servant of motivation, and see, inspiration could be a motivator, and then the motivator could be the inspirator, and then you see you have got infinity. Keep on going, endlessly. I gotta create. If that what I make is going to motivate. Then I got my own energy, my own production. This is my own fuel, like my own country. What is this? I am my own planet, harvesting the shit. The planet like one big ecosystem though, that is able to regulate, reproduce what it excretes in a way. Now you see, that is just like me. Look at what there is already out there, doing what I try to do within me, because there is the most reliable way to see and grasp and get an idea of how it is to work in the way that I am really trying to work. Do not go berserk, you got to just stay calm, and you gotta be like, oh, this is just this, really that life. Love it, live it, embrace it. Or if you cannot embrace it, then it just shows that your dick is just motherfucking small. So I'm just going to live life, and no matter what it be, I'm going to be like, this is just real life. As I live my life, push productions late at night. Won't like it, what you see, this is probes, this is just what it be. Send out a beat cook on the night, and it is like, yo, I got a bit of reciprocity, and I ain't going to be like where I am at. I'm volatility, that's the substance you see. Tetrahydrocannabinol in the smoke that you hear, now you choke for you smell it though. From the street, this is so crazy. From Cali, here we be. Smoking on the best green that I grew. Amnesia haze. That good strain.
Kick back.
I heard this beat, I was like, it's too gangsterish for me. I don't like the gangster culture. I'm going to keep it real because it just feels degenerate to me. Like, I used to like it, but then when you grow up, you're kind of like, why? But now I'm here. I can separate the fact that it sounds like what I used to think of it like, and that it sounds like whatever I make of it right now. You know, two separate things. I'm just up in my space, and I ain't going to just meditate, and I ain't going to get myself a drink. Green whiskey, this is just another drink. Get so faded on my grind. Who got a job like me? They talk about like I want a job, but where is that green? That green would be the paper and also a bit of weed and the grass and just my life, because I am so green. I am going to proliferate. Nothing that will stop my progress, I can promise, okay. No God, I believe in, not because I am like there could be numbered, rather because I have not yet seen one within my life. So I'm like I am going to be as I want to be, on it I'm nobody. Proud rich, got my practices straight, got my meditation ritual that is in progress, okay. Progress and in process to progress through the process and process the progress. What does that accumulate within your brain? A sense of understanding that you can maintain. Yeah, what is maintaining is more important than the maintain. For without what makes it able to exist in the first place, it could not even exist to be as you are appreciating it to be presently. Think about it adequately. That would be till you see what you want to see. And if that is right, then you see what you need to see in order to be in accordance with that what you need to be. That is the goal. The passion do align like stars in the sky. You can look at a piece of grass and just be like, I am going to be using the same muscle that I would use otherwise, alright. I want to train my visual input. I want to train my visual output. I want to train my visualization too. I want to train it, so well, what do? I take a piece of grass, I look up at this grass, I take it with me and I look at it in so many different types of ways. In a way that I am just like it is quite boring, okay, but then I am like I am making it boring within my brain. What is the interest? I know that it is here. I am just looking at it for like an hour or two straight, and then I see that there are quite a few aspects that I would like to retain in my brain, and then I'm like, this is exactly the point I was trying to make.
Yo, kick back.
Cosmologically advanced caterpillar.
Kick back.
I'm about to work on some code, but you know, I want to make my last song. This one is for Melunde, Tree Branch, with a mycelium below my feet. This one is for Goddess. This one for Caterpillar Avenue. This one is for Yukasu. This one is for those creatures I cannot see. Fuck it, this is life and I'm living it right. Who can say they've got a job like this, alright? So I'm like, yes alright, I'm moving that way. So I ain't like, yes alright, I'm moving that way. And when I say that I enjoy the present that I've got, that when I end enjoying the present, where am I at? trying to establish a way to get it once again. Because I just be working so hard to get that what I can. I wanna be in this way, but I know that I cannot stay in a fixed type of way, so sometimes you just step out. But I say that for me alone, the way I just like to be about. Like earlier today, sitting on the road and I'm looking at the moonlight right in front of me, casting a few spells within my brain and processing a few kinds of matters that I have never even seen. But I look at me alone, the death is right in front of me. I ain't like that is life. I feel death, decay, and growth at the same time.
Yo, kick back.
Do not know what it is. Tree branch, the disciples keeping me calm to show me visions, yo. And I am not small, I can connect no matter where I'm at. This is not like a DNA imprinted kind of fact, but rather like I just become one with the environment that where I do remain. That is the key, for you see, I should try to glide, be in accordance with gliding. Now I'd be gliding down this faraway stream, country roads, and I'm looking for the green, some good green that I smoke, so I choke. And I'm looking at the caterpillar, now he doesn't know. We are here, and I'm up it in the sticks, in the woods. This is countryside, this is what I do. Then I look at you, Cossil, what can you say? You Cossil is like it has been quite great. I ain't like, no, I cannot lie. You taught me to do what I do. I ain't like, yo, I appreciate you, but it tells me to not bite myself, see, because it would not be handy. You've got to look at it accordingly. Now I am everywhere around thee. The significance that you do form, understand the formation, so you can form your own creation. What do you create, recreate? I am like I breed symptoms within my brain. I like simulate, and then I am like, yo, that is the situation I want to create, but in a way that it does not interfere with nobody though. I've got these disciplines to prevent that, you know. Be working on my craft for quite a bit. With great power comes responsibility, so better claim. Life has its own type of way of teaching you what is really the way. But do not let that karma catch up with you. So do what you really should do. Take a sip, take a hit, or do none. Whatever you fuck with. Got myself a bottle in my hand. Not really an alcohol drinker, but the last year on my 23rd, oh yeah. I'm just here, nearly through a whole process, but I still need to do what I need to. So I am here. I like where you're at. Can I see where you are? Cause I am where I am. I just like to look at the trees, think that I am speculating, see, but I am not speculating, rarely knowing that what I know within me, and I improvise and try to expand. Want to grow, can I comprehend? Want to play a game and just rest my brain, but also be busy to create. Got a few files that I go through, put some code up into place. Made a new system to communicate, a bit of feedback, okay. So if the feedback does occur, then the feedback happens too. I said, yo, I guess you certainly got an idea, yo. Better go through my code and I'ma put it in right here, right now though. What it be? It's gonna be like, this is crazy. yeah, this is crazy. What? This is crazy. Yeah, so I'm going to be like, okay, what is that up in the space? Now I do not know, but I am just going to be where I like to remain. I'm going to be doing this in a different type of way. Like I go through all of the base controls and make them act in a different type of way. Oh yeah, now I'm looking for my GUI controls. Want to change the way that they operate, because I am looking for a way that, like not before, I can just do what I do and be like, yo, I know what I like to do, so I act in that way. No need to acting like I am, because you know I am not going to fake. I am just up in my own space, opening all these source files for modification in a bit. Luna image info, Luna label extensions that I need, Luna panel productions fresh that we push up on the grind. You see, this is just up on the plate. That plate is like, yo, I am far away. When I do create, I just instantiate. Hey, it's like I procreate, but in my brain, but a different way. But I know however it go, it's going to be like, yo. And because it is going to be in the type of way, I must really say that it could be in so many different rooms. Other types of ways that you have yet seen, and I am going to repeat that until the end of your dream. What's that haze that you've got into your brain? Need to have a sense of clarity so you could just maintain a sense of reliability. Because we need to see that what is the present where I be. I do not know what is the song, where to go. I do not know. How do they flow? Up in the space, up in the space, up in the space, up in the space. Don't have got much more. It's the last one on the album. Gonna write this one out. Let me just look through some code. Got a few source files right here. Trying to make this internal system, you know, for the company, make it work better. And while I'm working on that, working a little bit of music, working on some studies, and creating a bit for my craft, and do some magic and meditation. But it's actually a fuck ton. You know, we do a lot, but it's because I want to. You know, I want to be right. I want to do it right. I do not want to do it wrong. I want to do it right. So I'll do it right. You know, I only got one chance to do it right, because when it is gone, it is gone. Right now it is not gone yet though, so I'm not going to act like it is gone, you know. I'm going to act like it is here, because while it is here, it is here. And if it is here, then what's the fear? I can prettify this piece of code too. I am going to publish a lot of code on this channel at some point. Really want to. Code is an addiction. Code is an addiction. I need to fix my code before I click the stop record button. I'm just realizing this. Quite ridiculous. Alright, but I'm using a switch. Switch is fine. Yeah. Yeah, so after how long? I would say like solid 6 years. No, I would say 4 or 5 years of making music like this, which I just really like. The music really starts to become different. It just really starts to become a routine, I guess, which is pretty fire. But yeah, I made more than 8,000 songs in total. Got so many of them removed, but ever since this new channel, I created this. What's it called? I think it's called the Omega Collection. Force? What is that? YouTube recommends me stuff too that sometimes I'm like, oh, okay. Here we are. Let me see real quick. Entering the I like this album. Those moments. Synchrony. But yeah, everything that is within the Dashplot spectrum is recent. It's like ever since I started Dashplot spectrum, I just know what the fuck I'm gonna do with the rest. Like I've always kind of known, but like into stone. It's like I lost myself, recollected myself, and I've let it grow to such a degree that it just all falls into place nicely. This is my witchcraft. This is my witchcraft. I'm going to put the song on the outro. This is my witchcraft, not what you have read about. They talk about witchcraft like it is something satanic right now. That witchcraft that you read about is not what it really be. Nowadays, not the practice, the magic you start to see. It is really just about altering reality as it is constructed internally within a framework that fits your action, reaction that you learn like teach the way. What do they say? Now they cannot be but put that into place. So I say, lack of reasoning, so who are you to be like, yo, I should be able to expect myself to be able to reason to that degree. Hey, when there is nothing to even make you think in that way. And hey, only words that refer to words, but I must really say, unknowingness is just polluting of society all today. I am practicing my craft and I do it every day. Do not call upon any deities, but the ones I define deep within my brain. It is all just an experience, I would like to say, but in different types of ways we can feel this streets that are coming and we are interpreting the articulation. What you have got within your brain, your apprehension, your comprehension, separate instances. See what is the instantiation, the properties, that is what you really need. I am just here and I am with goddess today. I'm going to remain and I'm going to rise all the way to the top. You can see the flame eternally as it blows within me. I am radiating the greatness that I have got. Then wanna be like, yo, I'm gonna be taking all of that man. Now you cannot have it out but persist even when I am dead. You gotta see that God play that deep within your fucking head.